in the game.
Block 'em out of the phone. I'm breaking hearts and I put 'em in chrome. Swiping, no swiping. These be stealing my tones. Stealing the charts like the that I'm on. I might go Vincent skeleton bone. You know what like me get cold. Icing out everything I own. Came from the bottom to bottom. I brought my twin with me just like feeling Leo. These up, watch me on replay, just like it's a real. You know I stay real. I could feel. I might go yellow or black on Margiela. I cut through the paper, I'm killing the bill.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the Twin Cities and US Bank Stadium in Minneapolis, the home of the Vikings. Coming up, we've got a good one in store. It's the San Francisco 49ers and the Minnesota Vikings. Let's get this going. Mike Tirico along with Greg Olson and Eddie Pinheiro to get it started. Off we go from US Bank Stadium. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line.
The Vikings take over first down 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Let's go. Panther 60, Panther 60.
McCarthy now going to start with a pass. Into the familiar hands of Justin Jefferson. They'll get 11 there. And that's a quick first down.
And this is what you can do when you have one of the best receivers in the game. You understand that even if the coverage is not perfect for the play call, sometimes it's just as simple as my guy is better than your guy, and we're going to just keep giving him a chance.
And he's going to be taken down right at midfield. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10.
That's another Vikings first down. First and 10 at the 50-yard line.
They run it once more with Joe. And they'll take this down inside the 35. They have found something on the ground. 16 more yards on that carry.
First down.
And these are the explosive runs that open everything up. There's all this conversation about the value of the run game, but when you take a look at the best running teams, Mike, it's not necessarily how many yards they run for, it's how many big plays do they generate on the ground. And when you can generate big plays on the ground, it makes everything so much more difficult for the defense.
Give him 10 more on that one. Just enough for another first down.
And this offense just continues to methodically move the ball down the field here on their opening drive, Mike. And I think defensively, they've got to figure something out. Otherwise, this has the looks for one of those long days in the office.
Now a handoff. Jones. And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6.
He's taken down at the 17-yard line. It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and
3. Second down and 3.
Ready? 60 Eagles, 60 Eagles. Boys, you got it. Check out.
Again, it's Jones. And he'll get about 4 out of that one. That should be enough to move the chains. It is first down.
And the offensive line does a really nice job winning this play at the point of attack. And once he got the ball, all he had to really do was just find a crease and hit it, and he's able to pick up the first down.
Space getting tight here, down to the 13-yard line. They work first and 10. On the give, it's Jones. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's second down.
Tackle made at the 9-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Cut 19, cut 19. Rocco 80.
Now some movement up front. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time here today.
Ready up. Dragon 60. Check smash, check smash. Get up.
On second down, here's McCarthy. That one, take it in. Aaron Jones. Touchdown, Vikings. On now for the extra point. Here's Will Riker.
Lining up for the extra point.
He's got it. The Vikings will take a 7-0 lead. He kicks this one away. To return is Ricky Pearsall. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start.
The Niners take over first and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
They'll go play action with Purdy. Jawan Jennings was the intended target. And it'll bring up second down.
And the defender does such a good job, Mike, not only putting himself in position to make the play, but how often do we see guys that are there and they just can't quite make it? In this case, he's there, knocks the ball down, really nice play.
And he's taken down on what should be the final play of this first quarter. So they'll talk over what to do on this third down play as we have hit the end of the first quarter. 7-0 is our score. More from the Twin Cities in a moment. Here's 3rd and 7. Out of the gun, it's Purdy. To the former Cal Bear, Jake Tunges. And he's out of bounds up beyond the 40-yard line. That's his first reception of the ballgame, and it really comes at a good time as they get the conversion on third down. Here's 1st and 10. Now Purdy. Laying out, and he made the catch. What a play. first time these two have connected this afternoon, and it'll wind up being a first down.
And that's what you call being fearless, going over the middle. That's not everybody's cup of tea in this league, Mike. Some guys love to operate outside the numbers, and some guys understand their role is in the middle of the field, and not only to make that catch, but to do...
And he's in! Christian McCaffrey, touchdown, 49ers.
Touchdown, 49ers.
And that's one of the best elements of this run game is just how explosive they can be, and it has felt like they've been on the verge of breaking one a few times here, Mike, and then they finally make it happen here. Catch the end zone, first time today.
Eddie Pinheiro set to kick off.
Each team one possession, each team a score. 7-7 as they kick it off. Ty Chandler now to bring it back. Nice job on the return. He's down close to the 35-yard line.
The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 34-yard line.
Let's go now. 72. 70 range.
On first and 10, it's McCarthy. That's to the left side and taken in by Jefferson. He's taken down, but just shy of
It's a gain
midfield.
of 14 yards.
That's his third catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
This may
First
look
and 10
like a
at the
simple connection,
48-yard
Mike, just
line.
pitch and catch, but I can promise you the amount of time these two guys have spent together on the practice field, in the meeting rooms, just getting on the same page, seeing the game through the same set of eyes, it makes what's pretty difficult seem a lot easier.
Throwing here on first and 10 is McCarthy. And he'll be out of bounds. A pickup, though, of 6.
So the hope is when you call these underneath drag routes, you're trying to have your tight end come out the backside of the defense in space. So when you put the ball on him early, it leads to big yards after the catch. In this case, they don't get the real big play they were hoping for, but they'll definitely take it.
They'll come up now for second down and 4. To throw, it's McCarthy. And as he threw it, the pass is incomplete.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming, and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
Here's a third down and 4. He runs straight ahead with Jones. It's too long for a field goal. They'll go for it here on fourth down.
It's fourth down.
Hurt!
On fourth down, here's McCarthy. He's got his man. It's Jefferson.
Love the idea of going for it on fourth down. Anytime you're on your opponent's side of the field, Mike, you have to take advantage of that field position. You're too long for a field goal, but you're too close to the end zone to punt it. So going for it on fourth down is definitely the right move. Now you've got to take advantage of it and don't let it go to waste.
McCarthy going to tap this one forward to his receiver. Oh, nice open field tackle there. He could not get free. They're going to stop him for no gain. The Niners use the first of their timeouts, and they'll get together prior to the second down play. McCarthy. He's got his man, Jefferson. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
17 yards.
That's catch 3 just on this drive. And it gets his team a first down.
First and 10
That last completion's going to go a long way towards at least finishing this 2-minute drive, Mike, with some points. You're already in field goal range, so now the idea is continue to work the clock down, take a couple shots at the end zone. You want to get points, ideally a touchdown, but either way, you have the ball last before the end of the second quarter.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
And he'll work forward for about 4. It's second down. Timeout 49ers. That is their second. As they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. It is second and 6.
70. Hey, track him, 60. 70 Rangers, 70 Rangers.
On the ground now with Gerald. And not much there. Good defense. Held to no gain.
A loss of 1. It's now third down and 6.
To the air on third down is McCarthy. The pressure, too much, and he goes down. So now a timeout for the Vikings. That is their first, as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this first half. No move for the field goal unit. They're going to line up and go for it on fourth down.
Cowboy 80. Go.
They'll go. Here's McCarthy. That is caught for 3. And he will get into the end zone. Justin Jefferson. Touchdown, Minnesota.
So by nature, Mike, you know I am a guy that is generally aggressive on fourth down, but I'm not sure if I was the coach that I would even be this aggressive. I mean, it was 4th and long, but hey, listen, they have confidence in their offense, they have confidence in their group, and hey, who are we to second guess it?
They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the first half, and the kickoff's coming their way. He's going to let that to bring this one out. Probably a wise decision as this ball comes out to the 35.
At their own 35-yard line.
They'll put Ayuk in motion. Throwing on first down is Purdy. Ayuk makes the catch right side. And he's out of bounds inside the 45-yard line. That's a gain of 21 to open this drive.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
A first down throw for Purdy. That's caught. Christian McCaffrey. And he'll be out of bounds down at the 15-yard line.
It's a gain of 29.
That pickup good for 29 yards.
49ers.
The defender has to do a better job here, Mike, of getting depth. He wants to elevate that ball to give his secondary defender a chance to make a play. He gets too much width, not enough depth, and a quarterback like this is going to take advantage.
Purdy now, he'll throw on first down. Forced out wide. That one to the end zone, but incomplete. Trying to get it to Christian McCaffrey out of the backfield. And that will lead to a second down.
Get set, get set. Yellow. Yellow.
Throwing again is Purdy. He's got it at the 7. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they get the timeout. Eddie Pinheiro come on and try a field goal now. This, about as short as you can get. Piñeiro's kick is good. And the Niners are back within 4 at 14-10.
Will Reichard to kick off for the Vikings.
Both teams ready to get back at it as we get back underway here on EA Sports. Here's Sky Moore now to return it. And he will get cut down short, shy of the 20-yard line.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
They'll run with McCaffrey to start this drive. He'll gain 3 out of this, up to the 23.
Harrison Smith on the tackle. 4 yards on the pickup.
Here's 2nd and 6.
At the 23-yard line.
They'll motion the tight end right. They run once more with McCaffrey. And that one shut down pretty quickly. They'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more. They need to get to the 29 here, facing 3rd down. They'll put Ayuk in motion. On 3rd down, it's Purdy. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
And that's exactly how you teach it. They want these defenders to time the hit, that right when the ball gets there, you separate the receiver from the ball. And those are the ones on offense, man. You just have to make that catch, Mike. I know it's easier said than done, but you know the hit's coming. You've got to squeeze that thing, brace for impact, and make that play for your offense.
That's going to be caught.
Well, you can see the entire sideline and, frankly, the entire fan base kind of holding their breath. That decision on your own side of midfield to go for it on 4th down, had they not gotten it, it's a tough position to put your defense in, but that's a conversation for another day. The offense is going to stay on the field after the conversion, and now they got to see, can they take advantage of that aggressive play call and finish this drive with points?
So it'll be 1st and 10. They'll scrimmage at the 33. Back to throw, Purdy. He's going to send it downfield for Ayuk. And he can't hang on through the contact. Incomplete. Good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. It'll bring up 2nd down.
They nearly connected on the big play downfield, but he's not quite able to hold on to that ball through the contact. You can chalk that one up as a win defensively.
Now, a handoff to McCaffrey. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
We're seeing such an uptick, Mike, across the league in these hybrid kind of positionless defenders, especially safety. So are they a safety? Are they a linebacker? They're good in both coverage. And in this case, they can play near the line of scrimmage and still make plays on the ground.
He dives, and what a catch for the 1st down.
It's a gain
of 1st down there. Gain of 14 yards. A couple of 1st downs, and the football's out to the 48-yard line as they come up 1st and 10. And a good job following his blockers. A gain of 7. It'll be 2nd down.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 45-yard line.
They'll run the toss with McCaffrey. Has some room inside the 30. And he's out of bounds all the way inside the 15-yard line. A big play and a much-needed one as well. 32 yards.
It's a gain of 32.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. On the give, it's McCaffrey. And he'll manage to get this ahead for a pickup of 5.
Gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
Shorty got that body out of no time, set up, you gon' kill my vibe. Stand on my money, don't know my side.
2nd and 5. From the shotgun, it's Purdy. To the goal line and in. Christian McCaffrey. Touchdown, San Francisco.
Touchdown.
His 2nd
49ers.
touchdown of the afternoon. Pinheiro on for the extra point. He's got it. And the 49ers move out to a 3-point edge. 17-14.
Vikings 14.
So we'll take it to the other end as we are through 3. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. So now playing with the lead after that 4th quarter touchdown. Time to kick it back the other way. Isaiah Rodgers now to return it. And he is stopped at 25. The drive will begin there.
Their own 25-yard line.
Contact up front. Did they get one of the defenders to jump? So a lot of options on the table now. It's 1st and 5. From the gun, here's McCarthy. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him. Nick Bosa getting in there to drop him. It'll be a loss of 7 to start this drive. Here's a 2nd and 12. Throwing now, it's McCarthy. A short one taken by Hawkinson. And he'll be out of bounds after a gain of 9. They'll go about trying to convert on 3rd down.
All right, so anytime you're facing the blitz, the best thing you can do as an offense is just get the ball out of your hand. Get into the hands of receiver, run after catch. In this case, nice job by the defense, rallying to the ball. Modest gain.
Big play coming up. This is 3rd down.
Let's go now.
Looking to throw. McCarthy. That's caught. Left side. It's complete. Now inside the 25. And he will score. Justin Jefferson. Touchdown Vikings. 2 touchdowns for him now in the afternoon.
Lining up for the extra point.
Reichard good with the extra point. And the Vikings move out in front by 4. It's 21-17. So now playing with the lead after that 4th quarter touchdown. Time to kick it back the other way. He'll take it in at the goal line. And he'll be out of bounds on the return. And the drive will begin there.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. Here's Saul, the man in motion. On 1st and 10, it's Purdy. Going for it all. And that is incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. A tight end in motion now. On the handoff, McCaffrey. And finally, they'll bring him down, but he's up beyond the 45-yard line.
It's a gain of 22 yards.
22 yards, the pickup there. It's good for a Niners first down.
1st and 10.
Big hole up the middle. The interior of this offensive line did a great job clearing some space. The back saw it quick, and he hit it. Next thing you know, he was in the secondary for a big pickup.
On the counter, it's McCaffrey. And he's going to be taken down. Not so easy this time. They drop him back behind the line. It's 2nd down.
We spend so much time, Mike, talking about these defensive backs and their ability in pass coverage, but when you also have a defensive back that can make plays in the run game, especially behind the line of scrimmage, man, those guys are just so hard to find. That was a heck of a job here by this guy.
2 minutes remain in the 4th quarter. Greg and I back on EA Sports after this. Here comes 2nd down. They'll drop to throw. Open man is Jennings. They're going to work this down inside the 45.
13 yards.
13 yards on that pass play. First down, 49ers.
All right, this is a good start. Plays like these are definitely going to help as you work your way into scoring range. While you have to be wary of the clock and keep an eye on it, they should have plenty of time here to finish this drive.
And he'll be out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. And the right play call. The screen goes for 15 and a first down.
And now after that big completion, Mike, they can't panic yet. They're not into the mode where they're in desperation. They have 2 timeouts in their back pocket. Take a deep breath. Get your best first down play call to your quarterback. A field goal's not going to do it. They got to think touchdown all the way.
He'll get this out wide to McCaffrey. Now they are in business. Inside the 15-yard line. Back-to-back targets, back-to-back completions. That one's for 16 and the first down. So now a timeout for the Vikings. That is their first. They'll be disappointed there after giving up the first down. Here's McCaffrey. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground. That's the second yard timeout in Minnesota. And they'll get together prior to the second down play. They'll run for the first time with their fullback. And he'll fight forward. Doesn't get a hold up, but he got what he needed. It is 1st and goal coming up.
Well, here's where you really see the value of having a good run. 3rd and short, 4th and short. The ability to just keep it simple, win up front, turn around, hand the ball to your back, and to say, okay, more likely than not, we're going to get a fresh set of downs, maintain possession, and now continue to find opportunities to go generate points.
And he'll go down back at the 4-yard line. The Vikings go ahead and use their final timeout. The clock is stopped. 47 seconds left here in the 4th. Again, it'll be McCaffrey. And he won't quite get in. Down to the 1, setting up 3rd and goal.
At this point, we're going to need 2 hands to count for how many yards he's averaged in this one, Mike. But unfortunately, it just hasn't been enough to overcome the deficit here at this stage of the game.
This crowd doing everything they can before 3rd and goal. They'll try and run with McCaffrey. Fighting for the goal line. He lost the football. It's out.
Fumble on the play. Recovered by the offense.
And a timeout comes. The whistle blows with 3 seconds remaining on the clock. What a huge play. 4th and goal. One last shot now for Purdy. And that is incomplete. They took the end zone shot of the final play. It's a heartbreaking finish, as this one will come to an end. So a win here for the Vikings. They use a little home cooking here. They play a complete football game and are going to send their fans home quite happy. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. It's a win for the Vikings, as we say so long from Minneapolis.
I got places to go. People to see, time is precious. I look at my Cartier out of control. Just like my mind where I'm going. The women, the shorties know nothing but clothes. No stopping at my Pirelli's on. Unlike my jewelry that's always on. I know the storm is coming. My pockets keep telling me it's gonna shower.